Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom, Shalom, Lahab Aquarium. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. All right, uh, this is my second attempt to make this video. All right, the first recording didn't go the way that I wanted it to, so uh, just gonna have to try and muster up the spirit to do this again. You know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Chakodash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Shalom, wa chasadim, wa barakim. All right. So this is pretty much, a lesson I wanted to somewhat land back off of a beloved brother, you know what I'm saying, Kakama, who had responded to this one video here on the screen. All right. And she goes by the name of Princess Zion 1, you know what I'm saying? And in the video, he pretty much voices his discontent with what this lady is doing, you know what I'm saying? And she's not doing anything, for real. She's just dancing, all right? But the point to make here is that, now is not the time to be in the spirit of mirth. All right, now is not the time to be in the spirit of dance. You see what I'm saying? And singing. And I'm going to show in this video, all right, I'm going to show in this lesson why he's right to think that way. He's right to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? To be disappointed and to be just dissatisfied with what we're seeing here. You know what I'm saying? All right. And it's a common theme amongst these Yah Israelites, as we call them. All right, these Israelites who call on Yah, all right, who call on Yeshua, all these different names outside of the true name of the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? The commonality that we find amongst them is that they're very filled with mirth, very much filled with mirth. You know what I'm saying? And happiness and gleefulness. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why, excuse me, the reason for this is because they're listening to leaders who are giving them this mirthful spirit. All right, this message of everything's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And yes, things will be all right, but not yet. Not yet. All right. Now is not the time to be in the spirit of, we're singing and dancing when we're in the Holy Land already. You know what I'm saying? You got these different camps out here, such as IUIC, ISUPK, GLCC, Genesis, Sakari, and the like. You know what I'm saying? Who will push that message or that sound of being in mirth and being in pleasantries. You know what I'm saying? And now is not the time for it. We're about to come into some terrible, terrible times. All right? Terrible times. So without further ado, let's listen to this. Let's watch this video. All right, there is some music here. You know what I'm saying? So I want to I want to first say fair use, fair use. All right. I'm not making any money from this content. All right. I'm not monetized in any way. This is strictly for edification purposes only. You know what I'm saying? For educational purposes only. All right. So let's check this out. All right. So let's get into it, man. All right. So first and foremost, all right. Um, the problem that we have, all right, is that this woman, all right, she's a very attractive woman, of course. Um, you women should not be doing this. All right, you women should not be putting yourselves online like this. You know what I'm saying? Putting yourselves in the spotlight this way. All right. Um, in this free flow of information type of world that we in. You know what I'm saying? Where you have people who are watching. All right. You you don't want to put yourselves out there like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can think certain things, feel certain things. You know what I'm saying? When they look at you. All right. Like I said, this is a very attractive woman. Um, and from the looks of it, as I looked at her content, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. It would appear that she's married. You know what I'm saying? It seems that she's married. So that's also another level to it. You know what I'm saying? Another layer to it. All right. You don't want to put yourselves out. You don't want to put yourselves out here. And you got yourselves a man. All right. Keep that at home, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep all that dancing at home. All right. Do not get on the screen. Do not get on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Start dancing for complete strangers. You know what I'm saying? To get views and likes and all that stuff, man. You gotta stop that. All right. It says at the top, leave a hallelujah in the comments if you're thankful the Almighty woke you up today with renewed grace and mercy. All right. You know, like I said, keep that in the house, off camera. Off camera. You know what I'm saying? If she wanted to leave a message like this, she could just leave a message without her dancing. You know what I'm saying? Without her face on the screen. All right? And you women, you know what I'm saying? You Israelite women coming into this truth, all right? You know, keep in mind that you have to be in order, man. You got to be in order. All right? And you showing yourself to the world like this, that's not you being in order. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will have a disagreement with that statement, but that's the truth. It is the truth, man. You coming into this truth, all right? You coming into the understanding, all right? You coming back into the ways of our fathers and all that stuff, man. Don't put yourselves out there like that, all right? Be humble, be shamefaced. You know what I'm saying? And be meek. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. All right. It's for the men to be showing ourselves like this. It's for the men for us to be out there, you know what I'm saying, for the people to see our faces, to see our demeanor. All right. And the bottom line is this. All right, this pushes the notion of, it's time to dance. It's time to rejoice. It's time, now is not the time for it. You see what I'm saying? And the prophets are here to tell you that. You see, the true prophets are here to tell you that. You have these jokers from all these different camps like IUIC, ICPK, GOCC, and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And they make all these lavish and exciting Passovers and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And they never teach the flock. All right, the necessity of being solemn. All right, of being stern. Let's look up this word real quick for solemn. All right. The definition for solemn.
Solemn.
It says serious and dignified. All right. Serious and dignified. Showing or behaving with dignified restraint or earnestness. You see what I'm saying? Performed with full ceremony. You see what I'm saying? When you got these different camps out here and they go and they have they have jokers that ride in on horses, all right, as we've seen in the IUIC, where they have the the glamorous garments. You know what I'm saying? You have ISUPK, where they have their Passovers with fireworks and whatnot, and they invite any and everybody into the Passover. You know what I'm saying? You got GOCC. All right, everybody's having a concert and singing and dancing and rapping and all that stuff. You got jokers and Genesis and Insakari niggas sitting on thrones as if they're already out, they're already in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Now is not the time for the partying, for the mirth, for the singing, and for the dancing, man. All right. Let's go here. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. And this is not the time nor a place to do so." You know what I'm saying? There is a time and a place for everything, man, and this is not the place, and this is most certainly not the time. All right? This is most certainly not the time. Let me explain to you what time that we are in. We're in a time where there's going to be major shortage. We're in a time where there's going to be extreme famine. People are going to go without food, without water, without provisions, and without protection. Here in a place where people are used to food, people aren't used to going for more than 5 hours without food. People aren't used to going without something to drink, all right, every other hour. You see what I'm saying? We're in a place where people smoke in order to feel better. Where people do narcotics. You know what I'm saying? Where people have prescription drugs. People have different things that keep them, all right, they keep them stable, so to speak. Well, we're coming into a time where people will not have access to those things. We're coming to a time where, all right, you're going to see the darkness within people. All right. We're coming to a time of this. Let's go here. All right. Second Esdras chapter 6. Verse 22, it says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." You see what I'm saying? So you're going to go inside your corner stores, your supermarkets, your convenience stores, shelves are going to be emptied out. You see what I'm saying? It won't be nothing left. We're coming to a time where it's going to be a very dangerous venture to go walk down the block unprotected. You see what I'm saying? You women think that is dangerous for you to do so now. Oh, trust me, it's not. It's not. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. You know why I say that? It's because women can still go out at 3 o'clock in the morning. At 3 o'clock in the morning, out in the streets. You ain't seen nothing yet. In verse 23, it says, "And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whoso remaineth from all these things that I have told thee shall escape, and see my salvation and the end of your world." You're going to see some terrible things. Things that things that you could only conceive of in these horror movies, all right? But a horror movie lasts for no more than maybe an hour and 30 some minutes. What you're about to experience is something that's going to last for days and days, weeks and weeks. A lot can happen in 24 hours, and a lot more can happen in 72. You see what I'm saying? This is Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 3. It says, and say to the land of Israel. Let me start at verse 2. It says, "Son of man, set thy face toward Jerusalem, and drop thy word toward the holy places, and prophesy against the land of Israel." All right, remember that Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. When it says Israel, Israel is a people before it's a place. When it says Zion, Zion, all right, all of these are synonymous. It is a people before it's a place. You see what I'm saying? So when we're supposed to prophesy toward Jerusalem, we're supposed to prophesy to you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, Hispanics, Seminole Indians, man. All right, we're telling you right now, it's not going to be pleasant out here in these streets. It's not going to be pleasant out here. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to be pleasant. It says, leave a hallelujah in the comments if you're thankful the Almighty woke you up today with renewed grace and mercy. But this is what these Yah Israelites won't teach you. This is what these wayward camps are not going to teach you outside of GMS. And the men of the likewise doctrine, the affiliates, they're not going to tell you this, that grace runs out. Grace runs out. You see what I'm saying? You knowing that you're an Israelite is not the end of the story. It doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. You see what I'm saying? Grace is nothing new. Great, we've always experienced grace. When the Lord sends his prophets, he's giving you a period of grace, a period of time wherewith you need to get your shit together now before the judgment comes. You see what I'm saying? This is Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, "O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy." You see what I'm saying? You guys are focused on the grace and the mercy, but you're not looking at the wrath that's coming. You see what I'm saying? We are the hopeful elect. We say what? We say, Lord willing, I make it. Lord willing, I be counted worthy. You see what I'm saying? While you got these different leaders out here teaching you to be in this type of spirit, dancing and smiling and happy and laughing. Let's get this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 4. It says, "The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. You see what I'm saying? But the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. You understand? Let's go to Sirach. All right, the book of Sirach, chapter 21. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 21, and verse. Sirach, chapter 21, verse 19. It says, let's see. As a matter of fact, let's start at verse 18. It says, as is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool. And the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense. You see what I'm saying? And the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense. You know what I'm saying? When you see these jokers like Bishop Nathaniel sitting here saying, all right, that they might throw a microchip in there, but it's not the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? When he says things like the new moon is the full moon. You know what I'm saying? When he says things like we may be here for another 20 years. All right, look around you, man. Look around you. It's not hard to perceive this. We're at the end of this thing, man. You see? That's foolishness. Let's go to verse 19. Doctrine unto fools is as fetters on the feet, and like manacles on the right hand. A fool lifted up his voice with laughter. A fool lifted up his voice with laughter. But a wise man doth scarce smile a little. You see what I'm saying? You'll be wise to take heed to these words, man. You know what I'm saying? None of us know if we're going to make it. That's why we have to make our calling and election sure, man. Let's go to Philippians. All right. This is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12. It reads, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Work out your own salvation with what? With fear and with trembling. In wrath, remember mercy. You see what I'm saying? This was a prophet saying this. Habakkuk, the prophet Habakkuk said this. You see what I'm saying? He's one of the Lord's men and he's afraid. You see? What did the prophet Ezra say? Right? This is second Esdras. All right, second Esdras chapter 16. And verse 17. What did he say? He said, woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? This is the prophet Ezra, one of the major prophets. And he's asking, who is going to deliver me in those days, man? Why did he say that? Because he knew that he would be here in the last days. through the reincarnation, and the prophet Ezra is here. The prophet Ezra is here. He's prophesying. You see what I'm saying? Now is not the time for mirth. Now is not the time for excitement, all right, for laughter. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 3. It says, all right, I read verse 2. Son of man, set thy face toward Jerusalem, and drop thy word toward the holy places, and prophesy against the land of Israel. Verse 3, and say to the land of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, and will draw forth my sword out of its sheath, and will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked. Seeing then that I will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked, therefore shall my sword go forth out of his sheath against all flesh, from the south to the north, that all flesh may know that I, the Lord Yahweh, have drawn forth my sword out of his sheath. It shall not return anymore. All right, the plagues are sent. It says, what, verse 6? Sigh therefore, thou son of man, with the breaking of thy loins, and with bitterness sigh before their eyes. And that's what we the prophets do, man. All right, we the prophets, we go out here and we sigh and we cry when we go and we preach on the street corners, when we do these lessons day after day. You see what I'm saying? Week after week, month after month, year after year. All right, we're breaking our loins, man. You know what I'm saying? We're showing you the bitterness of our sighing. Verse 7. And it shall be, when they say unto thee, wherefore sighest thou? That thou shalt answer, for the tidings, because it cometh. All right? These things that were written, they're coming. And you, Jake, still want to dance. You still want to play games, man. It's not the time for it. It's not the time for it. Because it cometh, and every heart shall melt, and all hands shall be feeble, and every spirit shall faint, and all knees shall be weak as water. Behold, it cometh, and shall be brought to pass, saith the Lord power. Behold, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh. Say a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and it hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished, to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel and princesses. Miss Princess Zion. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh. You see what I'm saying? Horrible, horrible times are coming. You see? Horrible times are coming. Let's look up the word for mirth. All right, the word for mirth in the Hebrew is shamacha. All right, shamacha. It means blithesomeness or glee. All right, gladness or joyfulness, pleasures, rejoicing, joy, gaiety, pleasure. Let's look up blithesomeness. What does it mean to be blithesome?
Blithesome.
Blithesome means cheerful or merry. You see what I'm saying? To be cheery, to be merry, to be happy, spiritful, or carefree. And what does the scripture say about women who are carefree, or in other words, careless? Let's go here. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 32. You see what I'm saying? This is not a game. It's not a game, man. The prophets are here to tell you the truth, man. To tell you the truth of the matter. All right? This is why so many people have a problem with Great Millstone and the Men of the Likewise doctrine, because we tell you the truth, man. We don't sugarcoat shit. We tell you everything that you need to know concerning prophecy and concerning salvation. And it's not going to come to the majority of the people, to the majority of Israel. It's not going to come to the majority. It's going to come to the small minority, the remnant. You see what I'm saying? This world was made for many, but to come to few. Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. And how does the Lord speak to you? How does the Lord give you his words? It's through his prophets. It's through his men. You see what I'm saying? Amos chapter 3 and verse 7 tells you this. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Isaiah 32:10, it says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. You see what I'm saying? For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. You see? Let me get this here. Let's go to Amos. Excuse me. Amos chapter 5 and verse 16. It reads, therefore, O Yahweh, the power of hosts, all right, Yahweh Tazabawath, the Lord saith thus, wailing shall be in all streets, and they shall say in all the highways, alas, alas, and they shall call the husbandmen to mourning, and such as are skillful of lamentation to wailing. You see what I'm saying? You women are going to wail, men, women, and children. It's going to be a bloodbath out here, man. Bodies everywhere. The scriptures say that they will be laid out as dung out in the streets. Do you know what that means? You see what I'm saying? Do you know what that means, man? Grace runs out. Grace is not something that's perpetual, man. It has a set time limit. And you Israelites, you Jakes are running out of time. You see what I'm saying? You're running out of time. What are you doing with your grace period, man? Are you taking down what it is that the prophets are telling you? Are you taking heed to these words, or are you busy dancing and laughing and singing? You see what I'm saying? You Israelites are going to have to make the discernment in these final moments of who is teaching you the correct doctrine and who is not. It's not about feelings. You see what I'm saying? You got to let your feelings, keep your feelings to the side, man. The Lord don't give a shit about feelings. You see what I'm saying? He told us to preach this word, all right, and to tell you the truth. Either you will hear it or you will forbear it, man. Whether you accept it or not, that's not our concern. That's not our concern. Our priority is teaching this word. Everything else is rescinded. Nothing else matters at that point. After that, it's over. And the job of the prophets is almost finished. Our job is done. We've taught this word. You see what I'm saying? We spoken the prophecies. We've broken down all the mysteries, man. Beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down. There's nothing else to talk about. Nothing else to talk about. Only judgment remains. So stop playing these games, man. Thinking that everything's gonna be just A-OK. No. Get your act together. That's the whole point of grace. You see what I'm saying? Make the right distinctions, man. Discern through the Spirit who is teaching you, who's telling you the truth, and who's telling you what you want to hear. That's the difference. Who is telling you what you need to hear, and who's telling you what you want to hear. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9. Verse 8, it says, "Now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That this is indeed a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits." You don't want to be told the truth. You want to be told everything's going to be wonderful. Everything's going to be glamorous. You see what I'm saying? The prophets don't come looking like these wayward camps, man. The prophets don't come looking prim and prissy. The prophets don't come with all matching flowing garments and line, got lineups and long hair and shit like that, man. The prophets don't come looking like that. The prophets don't come looking like that. They come looking lowly. Remember, no man regards the words of the poor man. When you hear Bishop Nathaniel, he'll call us broke. He'll call us bums. We're the bumalites to him. We're bumalites. But the scriptures say that the world shall come to the meek. You see what I'm saying? He set the world for the meek. The meek shall inherit the earth. You see what I'm saying? Those that are last shall be first, and those that are first shall be last, man. And the scriptures say clearly that he has set up his apostles last. The true men of the Lord, we will have the last say. You see what I'm saying? We will have the last laugh. Scriptures tell you in Isaiah 65, verse 13, "Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty." You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of problems out here very soon. And these false prophets are telling you to be in this type of spirit. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to beat a dead horse, man. Let me end this off. All right, let's go to 1 Corinthians. You Jakes better get it together, man. You running out of time. You running out of time. Quick. It's Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 8. Let's start at verse 7. All right. As a matter of fact, Salaki, let's start at verse 6. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 6. It reads, "Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you? Except I shall speak to you either by revelation, or by knowledge, or by prophesying, or by doctrine. And even things without life, giving sound, whether piped or harped, except they give a distinction of the sounds, how shall it be known what is piped or harped? For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle?" You see what I'm saying? What is that sound? That sound is the correct doctrine. That sound is the new song that only the 144,000 will be speaking, pursuing the Revelation chapter 14. You see what I'm saying? Only the 144,000, the true prophets, will be able to speak these words and bring forth the correct sounds through that new song. And that new song is the truth. The truth does not care about feelings. You see what I'm saying? And only the elect will take heed to these words. Only the elect are going to turn back. Only the elect are going to call on the true names. Only the elect is what the Lord is looking for. He's not looking for all of Israelites. You see what I'm saying? He's looking for those who are the wise virgins. You see what I'm saying? He's looking for those who are in the spirit of mirth, who are in the spirit of mourning, not the spirit of mourning, not the spirit of mirth. You see? He's not looking for those that's in the spirit of mirth. He's looking for those that's in the spirit of mourning. Excuse me. All right? He's looking for those who are solemn. All right? Serious, not joyful, not happy and clinging on to what this life has to offer them. No, this life ain't got shit to offer you, bro. It ain't got nothing to offer you, man. So don't hold on to it. Because when all hell breaks loose and everything's gone, all right, and society completely breaks down, you're going to have to make a choice. You see? And a lot of majority of you Israelites are going to fail this test. You're going to fail it. Because you're used to the comforts. Because you didn't think that you was going to go through something. Because your leaders never told you that. Your leaders never told you that all hell was about to break loose and you're going to have to stand on faith. You see what I'm saying? And that you're going to have to call on the true names and believe in those true names and stand on it. You see what I'm saying? Let me end this off in the book of Ezekiel. All right, Ezekiel chapter 33. In verse 32 it says, "And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them." You see what I'm saying? We're like those beautiful instruments, you know what I'm saying? We're like that excellent musician, you know what I'm saying, who can play well on an instrument, man. You know what I'm saying? We preach this word in all due diligence. All right. Many of these people, they come out and they say, "Oh yeah, you good, man. I love what you're doing." You know what I'm saying? Love what you're doing, man. All right. Yeah, you speaking facts, bro. But they don't do the words that are being spoken. They don't do anything that they hear. They hear it. They hear it, but they don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But this judgment is coming either way. And only the remnant is gonna turn back, man, and take heed. So I'm gonna cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Now is not the time for mirth. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.